legs up and out. We also have to use, please do not use the front hallway. Some of the stars will be getting really close. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But one last time, is everybody ready for the show?
Yeah! Char. Ngayon ko sa intindi. True.
Appreciation and understanding of these wonderful animals. And now, please welcome your host for today's presentation.
Discovery Kingdom, and I'm so excited to have you guys here today to see a little bit of a backstage view of what we do as animal care specialists and all the training that we do. You're going to see a little bit of all the husbandry behaviors, all the fun behaviors, everything in between. It's going to be a great day. Now we are home to a few of our pinnipeds and Asian small-clawed river otters. Now the word pinniped is just a fancy term meaning flipper-footed. Now there are 3 species that belong to this family, and that's seals, sea lions, and walruses. Now here at the stadium, we do have seals and sea lions. And if you make your way down the path just a little bit, we have our walrus Uka. Now making her way on the stage, everybody say hello to Mish and Animal Care Specialist Clayton. Now Mish is a California sea lion, a female. A little bit on the younger side. And now she's going to be here to teach you all the differences between seals and sea lions, along with our Pacific Harbor seal Dyson and Animal Care Specialist Stephanie. Now when you guys go out to the ocean, it might be a little bit difficult when you see an animal swimming around to tell if it is a seal or a sea lion. They are part of the same family, they do look quite similar. But there are very many differences, and these guys are here to show you all the differences so that when you guys go out to the ocean next time, you'll be able to tell all of your friends exactly what animal you're looking at. You take a look at Mish, California sea lions are going to be a bit of a solid color, and they're going to range anywhere from a lighter blonde to a darker chocolate brown. Over here with the Dyson, Pacific Harbor seals, you're going to notice have a little bit of a spotted or speckled coloration. And they're going to range anywhere from a beautiful silver like Dyson to a darker smoky black. Now while they're up close and personal, I'll point out one of the differences that you might not notice right away. It's a little bit harder to see. But if you take a look at the side of their head, with Mish, the California sea lion, you're going to notice that she has external ear flaps, just like you and I. But on them, it's called pinnae. And we like to say that they look a little bit like little Tootsie Rolls or even little Shrek ears. If you take a look over at Dyson, you're going to notice that they don't have those external ear flaps. Instead, they have small little pinholes, and you might not be able to see it very well, but they have small little pinholes right behind their eyes. And it does act as a little valve or a little canal, and does keep water out of their ears when they're swimming around in the water. Now they are pinnipeds, so they are flipper-footed, and you can see these guys have both front and rear flippers. And they're going to use those a bit differently when they're swimming around in the water. Now a California sea lion, you can see she has very powerful front flippers, very big front flippers. And what they're going to do is use those to help propel themselves through the water. And they're going to use their rear flippers to help maneuver or steer around. If you watch Dyson as he's swimming around, he's going to be a bit different. He's going to use his rear flippers to help propel himself, and his front flippers to help steer around. Now as these guys make their way back up to the front of the stage, I'm going to point out one of the last differences that's easy to tell, and that's going to be the way they move around on land. Now you can see Mish is walking around right now. California sea lions have a rotating hip bone, so you can see she can tuck her rear flippers up underneath her, and she can actually walk on all fours. Now right now she's demonstrating how a seal moves around. move himself around on land. They don't have that rotating hip bone, so rather than tucking his rear flippers up underneath him, he's just gonna move around using those core muscles. Well, let's give them a nice big round of applause. They did amazing, didn't they? Everybody say goodbye. All right, well, you guys learned a lot about the differences between seals and sea lions.
Nag-enjoy ka?
I hope you're paying very close attention, because when our next animal comes out, I'm going to give you a little bit of a pop quiz just to see if you guys are all paying attention and see if you can't tell me if this next animal is a seal or a sea lion. Now, before he comes out, I taught you a lot of the differences between seals and sea lions, but I want to tell you a little bit of the similarities as well. And actually the similarities that we have with them as well. Because these guys are all mammals, although they do live a lot of their time in the water. They're mammals just like you and I, so we actually share
Oh
a
my
lot of
God!
things with them.
My friend is
One
on
of the
drying
first
there
things being
during the
that
show.
these guys actually do
Ah.
breathe air. So yes, they are in the water, but they're not like a fish. They do have to come up for air, but they can hold their breath for quite a few minutes, somewhere up to 10 minutes sometimes. These guys are also warm-blooded, just like you and I. And they give live birth. And with giving live birth, they also nurse their young milk. And that milk that they drink is going to be a very high percentage of fat. And that's going to help keep them nice and thick and give them a nice thick layer of blubber so that when they're swimming around in that water, especially in the winter because it can get very cold out there, that blubber is going to keep them nice and warm. And one of the last things that makes them a mammal is they actually do have hair. I know it can be a little bit hard to tell. They look very sleek when they're swimming around in the water. But when they're dry, they actually do have a lot of hair. They get very fuzzy. So it's just another thing that keeps them very similar to you and I. Now making his way onto stage, we're going to have Joker. He's going to be teaching us all about husbandry. Now husbandry is just a fancy term meaning that we care for our animals and we ensure their health and wellness. So everybody say hello to Joker and animal care specialist Olive. Alright, well now it's time for our small pop quiz. Everybody, what kind of animal do you think Joker is? A seal or a sea lion? I'm hearing mostly sea lion. You guys are correct. He is a California sea lion. And he actually just celebrated his 5th birthday last month. Now, when we do husbandry behaviors, what that means is we're just going to make sure that they are staying nice and healthy. We want to take more of a proactive approach, a preventative approach to all these guys' health and wellness and make sure that we take every step that we can to make sure that these guys don't get sick and that there's nothing wrong with that. So out of all the 4 sessions that we do with these guys every day, the very first one is typically going to be those husbandry behaviors. Right now you can see Talib is looking inside of his mouth, just checking that out, making sure his teeth and gums are nice and healthy. These guys are trained to do mouthwashes and toothbrushes. So just like you and I brush our teeth and use mouthwash every day, we do the same thing for all of our animals. We also give them eye drops every day to keep their eyes nice and healthy. We also do body checks. So we're going to put them in a sleep position where they're just laying there nice and still. And we'll be able to check out their body, make sure there's no cuts or scrapes, any bumps, anything that really just looks out of the ordinary. We can also put them on your back and check out their belly just to make sure that nothing looks different, nothing looks strange. And we do have a vet staff on site, an amazing vet staff on site. So if there were ever a time that something looked wrong, something didn't look right, we can give them a call and they'll be here in just a few minutes to check it all out and make sure we can keep them nice and healthy. Well, none of the behaviors you've seen today would be possible with the amount of training that we do with these guys and the amount of time we spend with them and building our relationship with them. So here to teach you all about all that training that we do here, everybody say hello to Clayton.
Give a nice round of applause to Kaylee. So now I was eagerly listening out front, but I was up here with Mish and in the back. So I know you guys are all experts
on our seals and sea lions. Would you guys possibly want to maybe meet some otters? Yeah? Okay, I thought so. They're always a fan favorite. Here at the stadium, we actually have 3 otters. They're all brothers. They go by the name of Tucker, Sydney, and Fenway. And today you're going to get a chance to meet Sydney and Fenway. And what they're going to be doing is different types of remote behaviors. Looks like we're going to move this just a bit. Right there. And a remote behavior, think of how you use a remote control. You use a remote control and it allows you to do different channels on your television, control it far away. So that's what we're doing with our otters. Our trainers can basically train them to send them on a behavior. They don't have to come out here with them. The otters will come out all by themselves, do the behavior, and come back. And that again is called remote training. So this is Sydney, and he's gonna go pull this lever, maybe. He's thinking about it. He's gonna hang out by it for a second. One thing about these otters is they love tactiles, they love smells. They are very, very handsy. So there's lots of smells on the stage. Think about our boots, all the fish, all the different animals. So he's probably just smelling the environment around a little bit and then he's gonna head on back. Let's give him a big round of applause. So that's something we're currently training Sydney, and the first thing we did to train that is all he had to do was what he was doing right there actually. Just sitting right next to the lever, maybe touching it, and we give him some of his favorite treats or fish. Now eventually as he gets used to being near it, we would move it a little farther away, eventually to where he's going all the way to it. Right now it's about halfway where it needs to be. Eventually it'll be about where I'm standing. So he'll be able to go all that distance, and then eventually he'll be able to do it without his leash. So he's being sent another time to see if he can do it right away. Is he gonna pull it? All right, let's give him a big round of applause. Nice job, Sydney. Now again, we call those small approximations in training. If you think about it, us humans learn the same way. You think about how you learn to ride a bike. You didn't just start out riding a bike. You may have started on something stationary that allowed you to get used to the movement and how to pedal. Then you can move on to training wheels, and then eventually you move on to riding a bike down the street. Our learning with our animals is no different. They just need to get pieces of information in small steps to understand what the end goal is. So that was Sydney. He's 12 years old, so I know he looks like a baby, but don't let him fool you. They are actually only about 11 to 12 pounds. There are 13 different species of otters in the world, and Asian small-clawed river otters are the smallest of those species, so they are full-grown. And so in just a moment, Fenway is gonna be coming out here, and he's gonna be showing us a different remote behavior. And this remote behavior has a very important message, and that's our message of conservation here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. It is a mission that's very important to our hearts because we care about our planet and the animal and wild counterparts that call it home. So one way we can contribute to that mission is reducing our single-use plastic use. So here at the stadium, all of us trainers have vowed to only use reusable straws and reusable water bottles so we can help reduce our carbon footprint. There's about up to 500,000 straws used a day that are plastic, and many of those end up in our ocean waterways. So that's one small way that we can, as a team, work to reduce our carbon footprint. Especially on hot days like this, we're drinking lots of water, so it's nice if it's just one bottle. I see a lot of you guys out in the stands have our orange cups. Those are reusable all season long, so you guys are a part of that mission as well. So it looks like Animal Care Specialist Talib has set up our reusable straw, personal to Fenway. And Fenway's gonna come out here, he's gonna locate where Talib put the straw on the stage, be a good little environmentalist, pick up his trash, and then take it off stage. And there he goes, there's Fenway, he found it. Let's see where he takes it. Nice job, Fenway, let's give him a round of applause.
Senyor! Monigatch, dapat tabutan na basura.
Now these otters, I think they are so adorable, and they've got some of the fanciest diets on the zoo. You might have seen Talib had his little bucket there with him. In that tiny little bucket, there's actually shrimp, scallops, clams, meat, 2 different types of fish. So they get the most variety of any of our animals here. So we like to say that they are very pampered and very well taken care of. So now that we've had a little bit of fun with our otters, are you guys ready to have some really, and I mean really big fun? Yeah? Okay, well we definitely have that for you here today. Our next animal is going to give you 545 pounds of fun. He is our second biggest animal here at Six Flags outside of our walrus, Hook. He came all the way from a facility in Hawaii, but he's been here for several years now, so he's a good old veteran, and he really likes to have a good time. Now, we like you guys to have a great time out in our rides, and we have a lot of fun here at the stadium with our guests and our animals as well. Now, different animals find different things fun. Some of them like to have jello, ice. Many of them we give free time, so we just let them out here and do whatever they want to do. We like to give them choices. Now, Wyland, when you meet him in a second, his favorite thing to do is high energy behaviors. Do any of you guys have kids out there that are just wiggly and can't sit still? He's gonna let them go out and play on the playground? Yeah, I see some fans out there. That is this guy. He is very, very squirmy wormy. He loves to move around and he loves to come up our high dive. He loves to jump around. He spins off of our slide outs to get all of that energy out. He's a big guy. So why don't we welcome our big ambassador of fun, Wyland! Oh my goodness. See, I told you, he just can't sit still. He just gotta move around.
Oh my God, bigyan delikado.
Wow, check that out. All 545 pounds of his weight is being lifted by those two front flippers, the pectoral flippers. Those are their strongest. Just like me, they've got pecs, big and strong. He's gonna go out there and give you guys a big wave. Wave at Wyland. Now, Wyland recently celebrated his 18th birthday. So he's a nice legal adult in life. And he's joined out here today with animal care specialist Stephanie. Okay. So they're gonna do a fun little behavior that he's learning called wait and go. So wait and go is basically, she's gonna tell him a behavior and then quickly say wait. And what he has to do is basically not do the behavior, and then she can say go, and then he'll do it. So it actually takes a lot of concentration for him to do this, because she wants to ask him something. He wants to do it, he wants to do it right. But she's saying, be patient, wait. That's okay, they're having a lot of fun. So she told him what she wanted him to do. Now he's gonna wait, he's not gonna do it yet. She's gonna say, good job for waiting. Wait. He's still not doing it, that's very good. And there he goes. Nice job, Wyland. Let's give him a round of applause. Believe it or not, it really takes a lot of concentration for our animals to understand that type of wait and go behavior. And it just shows you how really incredibly intelligent these animals are. Good job, Wyland! You're a smart guy. Yes. He says, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Looks like Wyland's gonna head off on stage. Let's give him one big round of applause. I'd like to thank you guys so much for spending your Sunday afternoon here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. These educational programs are so very important because, like many of you young adults and kids, I was like you in those stands, and by seeing presentations like this, it has inspired me to devote my life to animal care. So I hope we inspired you a little bit today, even to make some small changes so you can help our planet and the animals that call it home. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your adventure here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Bye, folks.